A lot of people are still talking about it, but I don't think many people in B2B have done it that well, is the influencer marketing side of things. And I know that's something you all did pretty early. Curious how you made that work.
We started doing it early 2023. If you know people, you would be able to do it. If you don't know those influencers, if you don't have a network, you would not be able to do it. And I've been fortunate to be in those circles, and it was really, really cheap last year. So because most influencers, if you reach out to them and say, I want to pay X amount of dollars for you to post about HockeyStack, then they would be like, wow, I didn't even know that I was an influencer. Now everyone is an influencer. Like if you have 5,000 followers, you're an influencer. So last year worked great. It was incredible, really cheap, lots of signups, lots of demo requests, everything. This year, there are like agencies popping up, and there are like influencer management companies, SaaS platforms. It's like everywhere right now. And it's getting easier and easier, which is good and bad. Good because you can reach out to people if you don't know them, but also it's getting harder to be on the feed with an interesting message because everyone else is on the feed as well. How we made it successful was, one, we were early, which is something you cannot replicate right now. But two, we had an interesting message with every influencer. I think that helped a lot. And we worked really hard to fit our message into their personality. So the biggest mistake that I see with influencer marketing is working with an influencer that's not great on video, like forcing them to do a video which doesn't get any engagement, or like forcing an influencer that's great on video to do a text post. That doesn't work. So you need to fit your message into the influencer's personality. And then the third thing that I learned was we started with like a bunch of influencers and we were doing one-off posts. It's like posts about HockeyStack once every 4 months. Rather than doing that, we started targeting broader engagements. Like, for example, what we do with Exit 5, Dave Garrett is a great example of it. We did this is our third quarter over the last 2 years. The first 2 quarters, we were doing like one-off posts. Now we do like a newsletter in between a LinkedIn post. We're preparing for a webinar. So like as that audience engages with your posts and with your content, if you can turn it into webinar signups or if you can turn it into website visits, stuff like that, that helps a lot. So now our main goal is to engage with an audience and then turn them into an even more engaged audience with like a offer. And then the last thing that I want to mention, I think this is really important, is, I mean, there's no easy way for this. I have a hacker on our marketing team who's doing it. I don't know how, but in the beginning, in the early days, we had a couple of influencers that had a really big audience overlap with us. And it took me a really long time to figure out why we are not able to get like more engagement from this person or these influencers. And then someone from our team checked that in, because me and this person, or like someone from our team and this person, or like these influencers, we have like a 60% overlap in our audience. So when I post versus this person posts, same people see it. So we don't get anything new. So finding influencers that target the same ICP with a less overlap is really useful.